pilots from across the nation will test their skills and their speed in the 2022 Collegiate Drone Racing Championship, and it's going to be right here in North Dakota on April 9th through the 10th in the Fritz Pollard Athletic Center on the University of North Dakota campus up there in Grand Forks. Well, this is the second time UND has hosted the free family-friendly event with a kid zone, some inflatable games, of course some food, and lots more fun. Well, UND, it's a world-renowned leader in aviation and the first university to offer a degree in unmanned aircraft system. Here with me today is Paul Snyder and Jordan Kruger with UND to tell us a little bit more about it. And I've just got to say, just taking it back, just when it comes to being an unmanned pilot, I really feel the industry has come pretty far. So when it comes to this event coming up, what does this mean to the public when they come out there to the event to watch it?
Well, it's just an example of what's happening in the industry. UAS is so much fun because aviation has happened for so many years, but now these small UASs are bringing aviation into the hands of children, of high school students, of people interested in aviation but never thought they could be a part of it, and now they can be a part of it. And this event really lays that out. They can be a part of what's happening in the aviation industry by going to this event and seeing this crazy racing that happens. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Well, you know a little bit about that. I'm a racing fan myself. Yep. So tell me a little bit about what it means to be racing from your control right there.
Yeah, so I mean, 16 schools from across the country get to come to North Dakota and race against all these other schools. They get to fly aircraft like this that go 100 miles an hour plus, doing split S, corkscrew obstacles, just about everything you can imagine course-wise. Crashes happen, fires happen, all sorts of crazy, wild stuff. But at the end of the day, these are made very well out of carbon fiber, and they can stand up to a lot. So it's great racing, great pilots, and great networking for schools. So
what is it like to sit there with the controller, and how fast are you going?
Generally, we go around 70 miles an hour, just sort of cruising around the course. When turns happen, obviously you slow down. But at the end of the day, just holding the controller, putting the goggles on, it puts you in the cockpit and gives you a perspective that nobody else really gets a chance to do when you're not wearing goggles like that. So the racers are actually wearing the goggles? That's a pretty neat technology that I've seen have come up. Yeah, so these goofy looking goggles go on my face right here. There's a camera on the front of the drone, and that transmits live video to the goggles so that we can pick it up. And basically it's an instantaneous feed of cockpit footage, if you want to call it that.
Well, I just got to ask a quick question. If there's someone at home and they're interested in learning a little bit more about being a drone pilot, what would you say to them?
Well, come to UND. We can show you around and see what it's all about. If you're a student who wants to be in aviation, we can give you a tour and show you what you could do.
And why do you feel that this is such a competitive sport and there's really just so much education that's behind it? In my opinion, I don't know if you know this, but I took my Part 107 license.
Nice, awesome.
So I do know a little bit about it. When it comes like the aviation, I feel that when you're coming in as a drone pilot, you get a little bit more respect when you're taking that test, at least for me, because you look at it in the ag industry. Drones have really played a key role. They played a key role in a lot of different industries. So for you, what makes this industry so competitive now?
Well, I think this event is very competitive just because you have to take the knowledge of how to build these things, how to put them together, how to make them be efficient in how they operate. You have to have the skill to actually enable them to fly and do these crazy courses 70 miles an hour, and you have to have problem-solving skills, critical thinking. It has to all come together when you're flying this device that can go 70 miles an hour.
It's on-the-spot engineering, fixing, maintenance.
These are the kind of people you want to hire. If there's companies that are interested in hiring people, come and watch these students because they're the kind of people you want to hire.
So when it comes to aerospace programs there at UND, what kind of opportunities are potential students looking out for? Or maybe moms at home that want to tell their kiddos about it.
Yeah.
They're high schooler. They're not kids anymore, right? They're adults. I'm sorry.
Well, in aviation alone, we have everything from airport management to aviation management to air traffic controllers to unmanned aircraft operations to commercial aviation. But then even there's the other side of it with engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, all can play a role in what's happening in the aviation and UAS industry.
Which really, I think, goes back to that problem solving of being in that situation, having to think fast on your feet. So it's great. So what are you most looking forward to when it comes to kind of post-pandemic, people are allowed to gather back again when it comes to the event coming up.
Yeah, and the last in-person race for the Collegiate Drone Racing Association was back in 2019. So just in general, having an in-person race is awesome. It's been a while.
Well, I think it's extra cool that you get to see some high schoolers and middle schoolers out there. I think it's great when you bring them in and really put them on a college level so they can really look forward to that. Well, thank you guys so much for letting us know. If you guys want to check out the event, again, it's going to be happening April 9th and 10th up there in Grand Forks. Well, coming up on today's show, low levels of vitamin K can lead to dangerous bleeding in newborns and infants. What you can do to keep your babies healthy.